What's going on? So I think I finally figured this damn thing out. That might be too bright. See if anyone else pops on in. Turn that down a little bit. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. So it's gonna wait for a couple more people, maybe. See what's going on. In the meantime, take a little gander at it. I'll tell you what I think I found out that was finally wrong with it. I think other people might have the same issue. I was just wasting time looking. See if I could find anything about grease. I'll try to grease these needle bearings now that they're in there. But so yeah, I'll show you what was wrong. Right. Parts. Trying to problem solve, mix match stuff around, just trying to get stuff to work. Right. I think I finally figured it out. So we didn't have enough throw. It was just sitting on the clutch on the rod for some reason. And the arm, a lot of people seem to have the problem where I should probably just go around the other side. So a lot of people have the problem where the clutch arm is not lined up with the motor case, kind of. So mine was not engaging until like all the way up here for some reason. And I finally figured it out. So it's supposed to be back like that. And I think a lot of people have this problem, so then they end up having to adjust their clutch cable and put both of these nuts on the wrong side, put them up here, so you end up getting enough movement out of the clutch cable. Now they probably had chain whack, maybe. So I had it repeatedly. You can actually see the grooves of the chain. And I didn't think about it, but a guy had said he had a weld done and it grooved up, boogered up on the inside. So the rod was hitting that. So it turns out the chain hit it so many times that it actually knocked it in on the inside to where the rod couldn't sit up against the actuator arm. It couldn't sit on that good. I'll try to get a little video of it to show what it was really doing. So like the main problem was too, if you can see these holes, say, when that rod was actually in there before, imagine that was in there. Then these holes here. Focus. Those holes were barely touch it, like for like a distance. Use the focus, focus, please, please focus. Okay, you can kind of just. You need it to be buried though, so it was sitting all the way out here. Now it goes. I mean, there's no rod in there, right? So it goes all the way in. So what I was doing was, I'm gonna just use this threaded rod that's smaller for, so you can see. Camera probably is not gonna get. Let's see if I can get a flashlight too. It's a lot of hands. Probably won't be able to actually show you, turns out. Not enough hands. Well, that's gonna have to get cleaned up. Whoa. Yeah, that's gonna be about impossible. So I was using my camera to actually see it. Yeah, but it's not gonna let me tip it. So I'll just try to explain it. So the chain whack, it hit so hard, the rod could only go so far. So just for ha-has, the rod should be able to go over all the way to the edge of the case here, almost. Right. And since mine got whacked so much repeatedly, it was getting hung up about here, halfway. So the rod couldn't sit on the actuator arm completely. So there was slop, or the actuator arm would actually engage. So like when it was engaging, you could feel it. It had a big gap because this was getting hung up on the metal from getting whacked from the chain. I can't believe that. That's crazy. So once I really started thinking about it, the old rod must have been getting heated up because the motor you can see right here, it was heating up from where it got hit, and the case was rubbing on it. So then what I did, and it took a long time, I figured it was better not to rush it, but so what I did was once I figured out that these were, just say it was sticking out that far, it was hitting that wall. I figured out about where it was. I put a little bend in this threaded rod. It's kind of soft, but harder than the case, but softer than, the hardened bolt. And then once I had put that all the way in there and I put it on the clutch actuator arm and I seen that it lined up straight, that was key. So then I just started grinding on it. So I started grinding with that, and then I made a little bit thicker of one. I had to sand it down a little bit funny because there's like an inner ring in there. You don't want to booger up. Put a little funny tip on it, just a little angle, so it'd chew into the case a little bit. And I marked it, so I knew how deep I was trying to get. And just took my time, chewing a little bit at a time, and then throwing a rod back in, putting the hat on, and seeing if I was getting anywhere. Man, I wasn't. But it made all the sense that that's kind of what it had to be. I just couldn't believe that metal got beat in that hard to blow inside the motor somewhere and push on that rod. It would kind of work, but like I said, the whole setup was sitting. It was too long. It seemed like we were going to grind down the rod. Seemed like the only thing to fix it. So I think we got it. 1983. We got a 250R. Is that air cooled? Like I said, I don't know how I didn't notice it back when I used to ride it. I could probably tell you a few reasons, but nice. So yeah, my clutch was all the way like this all the time. Like, obviously not with, what is it there? It was always engaging way forward, So the clutch always seemed trash. So now I'm pretty sure it's going to be, should be lined up right where it needs to be. Don't mind that. But I got to get some JB Weld on this thing. I still want to JB Weld it and let it sit. This is the driest she's ever been. It's been draining for a wee bit now, so. Three-wheelers are scary. I'll keep the 250R quad. I was on my uncle's three-wheeler for about 2 minutes before I flipped it forward. I'm lucky I didn't break my collarbone. Where is the buns? Do, 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 do. What's up, bun? More of a quad guy. I rode my uncle's three-wheeler for about 2 minutes and I flipped it, and then I'm surprised I didn't break my shoulder. Went like Superman. No good. Ooh, oil on my phone. Where to begin? Oh, the JB Weld. Make sure that's good and clean. Kind of hit it before a little bit. Kind of sucks. Oh, now I remember they said they sprayed the motor a little bit. That carb clean is eating that right the fuck up. If I heat it up a little bit. So I was almost thinking that my JB Weld was like in the motor, but turns out it was just, you know, banged up. Just a little banged up. Nose is running as usual. It's getting colder out. Stay right there. That'd be sweet. Anybody else ride or have anything? Dirt bikes, four-wheelers? I had a dirt bike. It's right there. So I just want to get this a little warm so the JB Weld goes on that good. More better. I was kind of hoping it would just stay there. Come on, man. Struggling. If this works, you'll get some new tires. Okay? Okay? These old razors gotta go. Like and subscribe. Ooh, that's cool. It's different. Blue and white, like the light blue. I'm gonna say, it's gonna stay. Can I walk away? That's a two-stroke, right? Maybe. All blue. Nice. If we hear something bang, it's just the heat gun falling, but that's all right because it's my brother's. Ow! JB Weld. There it is. We gonna rig it up. It's all right. Not paying to have this pulled apart again. When it was leaking a little bit, really. The last JB Weld was done when we were at Southwick, and it held. It was a bitch to get it off, so I'd trust it again. For a little leak over the hundreds of dollars, maybe even close to $1,000 to have it fixed. Shoo. Actually, it would be over $1,000 to have someone fix it that was qualified, plus all the gaskets, and you gotta have it all rebuilt and everything. So, JB Weld, it is. JB Weld, it is, bud. Probably could, and it's like stock, pretty stock, but it's tight as can be. Tight as a tiger. Got the stock toolbox on her still. Someone that wants like an original one for the most part that's straight and tight. It's a good one. I got like another axle, swing arm. I'm probably gonna have to actually get a new pipe. I always liked having my stock head pipe. People always questioned it. But when I took it off, I seen a couple pinholes. Really small, but. And then doing the shocks on the RM. Stacy down. We just did some bearings. Some stem bearings. Top end. It was. I restored it probably 15 years ago. So no. Well, I guess it's not really restored if it's that long ago, right? Bad paint. Should have just had it powder coated. But at the time, I had the motor completely split, all new bearings, crank bearings, all that jazz. All new swing arm bearings, all that stuff. I just did the rear axle bearings right before I went to race it. It's got all like fresh stuff up in the front. Had to get a new steering stem. I do need to get a bushing for that. I still got like the stock headlight and everything. Kind of like to put it back on there, but now that I switched the bars over to the fatties, you kind of can't. Whoa. What was I going to do? I'm not going anywhere, bud. So I bought it when I was 18 or 19 maybe. I'm 41 now. So I've had it for that long. I'm the third owner of it. Phew, this shit stinks. This stinks something awful. This stuff says it's a little stronger and can go hotter temperatures than the putty. Yeah, this shit stinks. Pew! Kind of smells like fish or something. Yeah. Yeah, and the guy had it in this little shed. He was trying to sell it for like $2,200 at the time. And he's like, yeah, people keep offering. It was on the side of the road. I was working in Vermont. I kept driving by, and then it was gone. But I seen it up on the porch. So once I had enough money to go buy it, I just left a note on his door. Damn, that's a terrible angle. We're doing this freehand. And they called me back, and I went and got it. And I'm terrible at bargaining. I was just like, $2,000. He's like, nope. I was like, $2,200 it is. Yeah, it was on the side of the road. He's like, everyone keeps offering me like TVs, and no one bought it. The front tires went bad. They still had the nipples on them because you never even rode it. As long as it fits under my new case saver, we're good to go. Yeah, he said like someone offered him a couple $100 and like a big screen TV at the time. Not even like anything good. He's like, nah, I need the cash. I'm moving. So that's what, and I left the note on his door. He didn't respond for like a week. I was like, shit. Yeah, he was moving, so he was back and forth between the house. So I was driving by and I could still see the front wheel up on the porch. I'm like, let's see what happens. And he had it in the back shed, and he just had all these old Honda posters and shit. He enjoyed it. He said he bought it from the shop, used. Well, he said he was the second owner, but he bought it from the shop. And then I went through it, had a bunch of work done. When I first got it, it was a little loose, but it had a steering stabilizer on it. It had carbon fiber A-arm guards and rear skid plate. I ended up getting broke off. And when I had it rebuilt, it had some V-Force 3s put on it. A few other things. Let's see if we can get that. I honestly don't even care if it leaks a little bit. I just want this thing to be able to run again. Well, it runs fine. Nope. There was just old school stickers all over it. And since they were all getting beat up, I took them all off. Figured I'd start over. It's been 9 years, probably 8-9 years since it's moved under its own. So maybe tomorrow. Trying to get anyone that tunes in tonight to come back tomorrow. I want to give this JB Weld plenty of time. Well, I might, but my back fenders are pretty messed up. I mean, I'm probably just going to get the repops of the stock graphics, but get black and red. Originally, this had all blue on it, which I'm not a blue guy. I don't mind blue, looking at it, but Nothing of mine is really blue. I'd like to get some extended A-arms and a rear axle for this thing, but then we're talking shocks too. Probably just, there's really nothing to do around here with it. No good trails. So that's why I got that dirt bike also. There's a track you can ride with that. Kind of wanted to set that a little bit. Hopefully it'll... Yeah, so the back fender's got a little whacked. I didn't mean to whistle, Bun. Nah, it's raining outside, almost snowing. I don't think you want to go out there. Yeah, like I said, there's quite a few tracks within about 2 hours, so I bought this. There should be. We broke a power valve on that. That was no good. Ate the piston up a little bit. And then I got the old monster to go back over. Old hockey puck. I do. It hasn't snowed good since. Been about 6 years or something. Just a little Polaris 550, 500. My bad, 500. I haven't done much with that in a while. I usually just drove that around a 650 Rincon, another Honda. But that thing ate the cam. They're known to do that. They wear down the exhaust lobe. What a shit show. Restored that bike in some other videos. Always got to mention the Peugeot. Choo. It was like decent that year, like the year I bought it, and then it was shit, and then it sat, and then it didn't want to run right, and then it's out back there somewhere. All right, let's get to getting something. It'd be nice if you could see. Watch the wheel roll. Smash, smash. Yeah. There we go. How about that? So like I said, when I had So before, there was something going on, like I said, and the clutch wouldn't engage the rod until it was that far forward. So then I stuck a smaller rod through and realized like it should be hitting. Like I could get by something. There was a little wall from that chain slap. So I just rasped on it. I said earlier. Show you again. I made this little tool here and just basically filed the inside to where this rod could finally get past that burr in there from the chain whack. And we should be good. Should be good. Definitely don't want to put the old factory on. Grease is greasy. We got this new actuator arm. I had to clean out those needle bearings so much. I gotta kind of get a little grease in those. I figured I'd put the camera over there. This grease is brutal. It's cold right now. Kind of sucks is I definitely kind of beat up a bearing a little bit. What are you gonna do? You know? We need to get this thing going. Thanks for watching, man. If you're not already gone, sorry I missed you. Definitely thanks for watching. Chiming in. That's all we want here. I definitely don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I think I figured that out. Hopefully it'll help some people out. Except for it's going to be a long-ass video for them to... I tried to basically, explain it in the beginning quick. If you had chain slap a bunch of times, You might have knocked in a burr on the inside of that clutch arm area. And then it'll cause your actuator arm to be not lined up, and then your clutch cable is terrible. So if you have that problem, check for that. Now I almost wonder if it's too loose. So I'm pretty sure that'll be okay. Because it's not that old. Everything's disorganized because I've had it apart together. Just getting pissed off, trying. Thinking. I said, if you can't put that through smooth, then it's banged up. And then that on there. Need my washer. And don't forget the washer. You know what? That's probably a little better. Okay. Get that clip on that spring. I guess I blew it up this side. Ooh-cha. Popped right in there. Perfect alignment. Choo! Can I get a round of applause? Come on, man. Three different people that know, well, one person that really knows what they're talking about. Two other guys that can figure stuff out. We couldn't figure it out. Now I almost wonder if it's too loose. Gotta put the old springs in and see. So this is a 89 upgrade and an 87. Nobody rides nothing, huh? All right. These ones I'm just going to crank right down and then check that play in the middle. Get it fixed just in time for winter. You know? Whoop. I don't know why I picked you up. So, got to be a little bit of play in that for that to work. Before, like I said, this plate was sitting on that rod in that washer bearing setup, so the clutch wouldn't engage. It was just full-time slip. Seems tight. What's going on? That should be it. Well, it feels like trash. Feels like it's super solid. Doesn't want to move. The play it's supposed to. What the hell am I missing? Just gonna try to hook up the lever here and see how it feels. It doesn't feel the best. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Whoa. Might have to steal the perks from the bike. That clutch lever is absolute shit. When I first got it, it fell apart, so that was telling. So I might have to steal the one from my bike. So it's still not together. I do not like the way she feels. I wonder if these clutch springs are kind of shot from being compressed for so long. Is that a thing? Seems like it could be. Hopefully, everyone's gonna eat some food tomorrow. Good food. I know I am. That sucks. Your dog? This one? What are you doing, Bendy? You got your frisbee in there too? Wow. Good girl. Ooh, shit. Little stretchy poo poo bun? Okay. You relax. I know you're tired. Someone's got to use the old bird. The old T-bird for something. All right. Now, like they said, I think that now I need a washer. I mean, now we're loose. Well, let's see. Back off. Wow. Now I know why people definitely use the impacts. Maybe at least they'll pop it off. That's what we're looking for, yeah. But that should have been fine to me. Whoa. I think. Might have to try to find another washer. Thin washer. To the parts room. Pretty sure it had to be pretty thin. All the hardened stuff down here. See, I won't be getting anywhere again with this tonight. Kind of hoping to have a stainless washer. You got the junk. You got the junk. Legos. Really? Oh, washers are all different sizes all the time. Let's see if this one's in the Ooh. The mouse of the house. Same size, but it ain't. Alright, so hit it with the drill. Nice. Here's the juice. Try not to bend that little block here. So it should be grabbing a lot easier. A little toot from the back. Scoo. Still a little tight. Still feels like it's got a little burr on it. Does it fit? Is that too loose? Nah. The stock or the upgrade one's pretty loose too, so. It's got a little burr I don't like there. No, don't roll away on me now. Like and subscribe. Alright. I've heard to say put the hardened one against the bearings. Just a smidge of grease. Did I say one washer? I meant two. Might be too thick. Yeah. That one's way too thick. I don't trust, that's not like a hardened washer. I'm gonna get skunked again here. I'm gonna get skunked again here. Ain't no one gonna be open on Thanksgiving. Thanks for giving. Damn it. Yeah, like for ha-has, if it was this other one. That's where it kind of feels good. Just a tiny play in the middle. I'm curious. That would work. But it's not the right type of washer. You know? I'm gonna have to go figure out how to get two washers or one thicker hardened one. Well, I think that'll work if I can get those washers. I said they need to be hardened. I don't have for sure hardened. This clutch lever sucks. Well, might as well put that on the motorsport checklist. Man, that sucks. Oh, I got a good clutch. It's right there. Clutch is working. Pretty much lined up on that. Well, I said now we don't have washers, so now we got to take it apart again. I don't know if there's gonna be a hardware store, or so I gotta get like stainless washers or something. That sucks. I'm pretty stoked, I think. I mean, that should be it. should be figured out. I guess now. We just talk shit and smoke break, pick up the tools, put the lice away. I wonder. These are stainless, it says. I just remembered I had these. Whoa. We might have something here. We might have something. Here we go. It's probably got to be the same outer diameter, right? Bigger. Is that it? A little bit smaller. A little bit bigger. Come on, man. Just a hair smaller. It's definitely thinner. Well, we'll give it a shot. I know we gotta bury it. So hopefully the combination of the one that came with it and this thin one will be just right. Ow! a little warm. Hit it with the juice. No real burr like that other one. We'll still hit it a little bit. Everyone up to? Getting ready for some food tomorrow? This don't work. I give up. I give up. For another night. What's that after? All right, I'm definitely. I keep talking about the shit. I'll grab the impact. You know what? What's the rush? You use the impact now? Smoke them if you got them. Smoke them if you got them. We're going by hand again. I'm curious to see also after yanking that lever, it kind of feels trashy, honestly. If marked up that aluminum at all. Why did these all get hung up in there? Can these even get hung up on? Sure. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Do 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 do. True. Better not pull that now, huh? So I'm just trying to get the right thickness between two washers. So this will be touch thicker. Whoa. Definitely a lot thinner than that one. That's what it was getting. That spring was hung up on. It's really close. Woo. Phew. Getting down to it here. Put this weapon out. Do we think it's gonna work? I don't know. Grass in there? What are we doing? On we go. Spring, 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 bolt, bolt, spring. Back that off. What, do anything? I'm sure it's right. all there is to it. There ain't gonna be enough play. And the clutch is just gonna slip again. And the other way it's not right either. It's just felt like a pile of dicks. On, off, on, off, on, off. You know how many times I've done this? My lordy. Makes me just wonder, like, was it that bad with just the one? You know? Let's see how one stainless feels. That feels pretty good. I feel like I just want to put one more spring in there because it kind of goes uneven without them all in. Don't want to do a full pull. mean, besides this clutch being a piece of shit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Besides this clutch lever being trash, it's fully adjusted out. But the bolts are on the right side of the cable holder, which is always a problem. Clutch arm is pretty straight. Sound okay. Them stainless washers, so I'm no mechanic, that's for sure. I believe they're hard, right? Stainless is pretty damn hard, I believe. If it's harder than hardened, or how that works. Someone tell me, stainless harder than hardened, or what? Either way, I gotta take that back apart again. A little burr on that washer. But I think I like it. Kind of curious what the actuator arm's looking like after a few pulls, being aluminum compared to the old steel. Yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll get it together and take it for a rep. That JB's going to take a little bit. I just kind of poked at it. Still a little soft. So please like, subscribe, come back tomorrow. Maybe we'll go for a little Giving Day ride. See ya.